Hello there, and welcome back to Midlife Rises. I wanted to catch the lighting because I see it's really nice out today. Well, what do you think? It's just for a little while. Don't get excited. I like the natural look. It's just that it is way too much work. I am very busy right now, so I need to be able to get up and just go. Until I figure out exactly what to do with this, the braids is going back in. So yeah, we are done with the Thanksgiving season, which was really nice. And we are approaching now the Christmas holidays, which is my most favorite time of the year. I don't know what part of the world you're in, but we'll touch base again before then. I've been covering emotions a lot for the past few weeks, going through emotional intelligence and being able to control your emotions and so on. I did it before, but today I'd like to go into a little more details on self-love. So stay with me. I am catching the light. I'm so excited. I was driving by and I was like, okay, let me get this done before the sun goes down because, you know, we are approaching the winter season. But that self-love, I mean, it is so very important to feel that, especially when we get to this stage, midlife, because as you know, it was supposed to be obsolete, right? At this time, it was supposed to be defective and obsolete. We just covered a 28-minute video. Well, actually, we went to 1 hour. Because there was so much to say, the 28 minutes really wasn't covering it. I went into details on some stuff, and I will continue to as the time goes on. But it is just really crazy at this time, and I am covering this stuff because you have to have that self-love from within. I want to just sit with you and go over how you can achieve that. Because a lot of us, we do the robotic thing. We're walking around, we don't listen to what we have to say, we barely spend time with ourselves, and if we are alone, we're warding off our thoughts with the television, the cell phone, music. We are never really listening to what we have to say, and that is one of the major mistakes that we all make, because it is very important to not only spend time with yourself, but to listen to what you have to say. And a lot of people do that during meditation. And I guess that is what I do. I don't call it meditation. I do a lot of thinking. Too much for my own good a lot of times. But it's just a force of habit. And I kind of like it because when you're doing that, you're getting to understand who you are as an individual. Remember that statement? And also to have an idea, an awareness on how you come off to other people, how other people see you. You get out of doing that robotic thing. Because if we're ruling our thoughts out, that means we're not understanding what we stand for, our values. And then someone comes into our lives and we're already like messed up from the private talk show that we've had all these years, you know, because we didn't just get up to this point. We have been working our way to midlife for quite some time now. I mean, if you're in your 40s and 50s, you've been around for a little while. But what kind of human being are you today? What have your experiences done to you? Like, what have you turned into? Are you still the same person? And because that right there is so very real. We change. These experiences are so intense that it can actually switch our personality to something very mean and very dark. And that self-love, if you have it in place, that very seldom happens. You will still have somewhat that fruit of the Spirit. You will still have that spunk. You know, like Bob Marley, I mentioned it in one of my previous videos. He sang when I was a teenager, "Could You Be Loved?" And it's only now that I'm an adult, I understand what he was talking about. Because a lot of us, we want to be loved, but it's not possible because we're not receptive to love. And 9 times out of 10, it's because we don't have that love within us. We just don't have it. We're running for the money, we're running for the degree, and we are losing our self-values and our self-love. And if we didn't do the right self-talk, something different will be going on at this stage. So it's important to not only spend time with yourself, but take time to listen to what you have to say and try to work on it, try to fix it, turn it into the positive. We are all having moments, but how are we receiving these experiences is key. How are we receiving these experiences, and what is it that we are telling ourselves about what's happening? If you need to start, documenting this stuff. I do a lot of thinking. When I get up in the morning, I am like naturally just going through my thoughts on why did this happen, and I'll actually stop and say, I'm not happy. And I'll try to find out exactly why I'm not happy. I'll start to do inventory. You have to find out where these bad feelings are coming from and start to nip it in the bud and do what you have to do to fix it. It might not be something that you can do overnight, but over time, yes, you'll be able to fix it. And that's what we're talking about here. Self-love is not something you can get from someone. Do not put that kind of power in anybody's hands. It starts from within. And when you have it within yourself, then that permeates on the outside, and you'll find that the way you deal with others will be different. You'll have love, you'll feel love, and you'll be able to receive and give love. Believe it or not, it all intertwines. I remember a friend of mine one time did this to me. He put a piece of paper up close and he said, "Are you seeing?" I said, "What are you doing?" "Of course not." And he said, "Yeah, that's my point. When something is close up in your face, it's very hard for you to pinpoint the problems because it's so up close. If you don't take the time to really look at it, you're not going to see it. You have to be conscious. And that's where the self-awareness comes in. I'm telling you, this stuff is so very important because it interferes with a lot of stuff that we're trying to accomplish in our midlife. If you have to, sit down, draw a line on a piece of paper and just outline what's good, what's bad, and start working on it. Okay? You have to be self-aware in order to start fixing things, because you have to love yourself first before you can offer love or receive love. It's just that simple. Okay? Check us out at midliferises.com. Yeah, I'm not even going to say anything. I'll just work on it. But there are a lot of inspirational readings there for you. There's a lot of stuff to keep you busy. I'll be working on it though. The new year is right around the corner. So I'm trying to touch base with things so that you have those New Year's resolutions. If I can get through to one person, I've accomplished something. So that's good enough for me. You subscribe to the channel by clicking on that bell icon. You will be notified when we kick out videos. It's supposed to be weekly. I don't always get it on time. It all depends on whether or not I'm working on the talk show. Again, subscribe to the channel by clicking on that bell icon. That will give you notification when I kick something out. You've always heard knowledge is power, and it really is. Don't forget, give us a like. It also helps the channel. And we'll see you next time. Okay? You take care now. Bye.